So finally, it's time for an installation video that you guys have been waiting a long time for, and I know a bunch of you have asked recently when and if I was going to do it, and yes, indeed, I'm going to, and today is the day. So JR Lights was kind enough to set me up with the front sequential turn signals, and actually these are capable of being on with your driving lights or on with your fog lights as well, which is a pretty cool feature. I'm not sure if I'm going to wire them up that way. For the installation purposes, we might test it out. We'll see what I got for wire connectors. If I can make it happen easily enough, we'll do it. But they look really cool. And obviously, just so you know, they go right here. Well, you know how they go. Yes. We got a lot of stuff going on the bench right now too. As you can see, I have quite the mess going on, but Velisco's Carbon Fiber sent me a mystery box. If you follow along on Instagram, you've already seen this, but I got to install this bad boy as well. We currently have the all gloss black one, which I like, and it was a decision I made originally, but I think now, after looking at these for a while, I prefer the one with carbon fiber. It just has a little bit more contrast, and it helps that emblem stand out, against that black grill. But also, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one that you can change the color with your cell phone, which is going to be sick. I believe some have said that you have to remove the front bumper to install these sequential front signals, but F that noise. I'm not doing that. We're going to take the wheels off. And I think if you remove the fender liner, you have direct access to the fog lights as well as these signals. So easy does it. Jack the car up, take the wheels off, pull the fender liners, get to it. The wheels are off and the car is up on jack stands. I swear to God, this thing has been down more often than 3.0T, guys. Now that we're under here, gives us a good opportunity to inspect the brakes since we just recently installed them. Everything looks good, a little bit dusty, a little bit dirty, no issues. Also checking out the coilovers. But what we need to do here is remove this fender liner. And the way to do that is there are a few of the plastic rivets that you need to remove. One up here, there might be a second one. Looks like mine actually fell out, but you need to take that one out. This guy here, and there's one right here. I already pointed at that one? Yeah, already pointed at that one. And then a couple of screws or bolts from your engine shield here. And that allows this whole fender liner to come off. And just remove these 3 10mm bolts. And you just sort of have to fight it out. Oh, yes, we do need to remove this clip here. Easy. Go. Now, look at everything that you have access to. Here is your sequential or your current turn signal and your fog light. Everything's right here. Easy. So one thing to keep in mind is that we have the always on module, which is this harness right here. Comes down and plugs into the fog light, and then the original fog light wire and connector is right here. So this is probably what we're going to be tapping into, just so we don't even have to worry about messing with any of our factory wiring. We just tap right into the always on module because we know that always has power when the headlights are on. That's in terms of the driving light, the DRL part of the signal. Otherwise, the signal itself is plug and play. And it looks like that just plugs in right here, following the wire up. So there's 2 10mm bolts, one right here and one right here. So let's tackle those quick. comes right out. Can't get much easier than that. And this is the wire right here for it. So you just want to move this little tape back if you have it on there like I did, kind of blocking it. And then you just kind of press down on this little tab here and it pops out. And I have put some tape on here just to hold things together from when I did the LED emblem, or sorry, the always on module. So take that off and we're good. First one separated. Let me grab the new one. So these are labeled nicely in the box, or clearly in the box, left and right, L for left, R for right. This is right side, which is passenger side. And again, it's just plug and play for the sequential, and then we have the red to plug into power for the driving lights. If you want these on all the time with your fog lights or your driving lights, you just simply connect this to power. So we'll test it out. Again, I'm not decided yet if I want that, but here's a picture of JR Lights, his car, his personal car, and it looks pretty dope. So just as easily as it came out, we'll put it back in place. I would assume everything lines up just like so. Check the front. Whoa, fitment is on the money. It kind of clicked right into place. 10mm bolts. Let's go back into action. Before I get everything too tightened down, we better test this thing out. Okay, so we're gonna take the plug. Like that. Okay, now theoretically it should work. Let's test it out. Ayo! Oh man, it lines up perfect with the sequentials on the mirrors. Oh! Yes. Oh, hey bud. How's it going? Just to look at this and just think about the power that I wanted to tap into, I've actually just unplugged my always on module, which is this little guy here. And then this wire is coming from the LED emblem. And since I'm going to be swapping that anyway, I think I can just pull this wire, which I just have tapped into the pink, which is the headlight power. So when your headlights are on, that is when my emblem comes on. And I think when my headlights come on is when I'll have these sequential signals be my DRLs, because my fog lights are always on. So during the day, I don't need all of those lights on. I think that might look a little funky, but as soon as the nighttime comes around, I can really light the front of that car up. So I think I will wire in the DRLs, and I'm just going to share the same power source as the LED front emblem. So I'll run both those wires and tap them in right here with a single tap. All right, so this is where we tapped the front emblem, and we're just gonna separate this right now. Okay, so we got our little clip on the headlight power source. Let's see, trying to line it up with where I've already spliced in before. And then we have our DRL power supply wire for our new sequential turn signals. And I'm just gonna kind of twist these together. Now this is the power source for the wire going to power for the LED front emblem. And if I just put these together, just gonna twist them. Well, I'm not an electrician, but if I use these together and I put them down in this little splicer clip, right there, take your pliers, push down a little tab. Make sure they're secure. Clipped into place. So one thing that was noticed when you wire in these sequential signals with the DRL, with the driving light feature connected, is that if you are using your blinker and then you decide to roll your window down, it'll go into a hyper flash, so it'll be blinking normal, boom, boom, boom. But when you touch the window button, it goes only while you're pressing the button. So I don't know if that would ever happen to anyone. I don't think it'd be something I would even notice. But JR Lights told me about it, obviously, just so I was aware. And he supplied these equalizers so that you can wire in line. So you can run your power wire in one side and then just connect the light wire to the other. And this kind of equalizes that the power signal voltage or whatever. I'm not an electrician, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But anyway, it equalizes that signal, so that wouldn't that would eliminate that issue. But again, if you're not worried about it, you can just wire it right in. And again, you'd have to be having your blinker on and trying to roll down your window. So, and it only flashes quickly while you're rolling the window down or up. So as soon as you take your finger off, it goes back into a normal signal. So I'm really not too worried about it. I'll put the equalizer in just to confirm that resolves the issue. But otherwise, I really couldn't care less. It's got everything taped up all nice, secured up here against the other main harness, just so nothing bounces around or rattles around. I'm gonna clean this wire up too, just tape it up so it's nice and secure. And then put the fender liner back on and you're done. As long as you do the same exact thing on the other side. So see how easy peasy that is? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Jeez Louise. Okay, well, the one thing I didn't account for was the windshield washer fluid reservoir. That, I think, is a little bit more difficult to move out of the way from the wheel well, but we do have easy access to this small bolt here. I think we're just gonna do the minimum to kind of separate the front bumper and see if we can get a little bit of clearance. But if we can get it to pull out just a little bit, we might be able to get to it. Ah, damn it. So we're just removing this small 10mm bolt right here, and then this corner of the bumper just kind of clips in. Just pop it out. You'll hear it, click out of place. That's two more 10mm bolts right here. With a bracket that you need to remove. It goes right around here. I already removed it. And then you just kind of have to jiggle this damn thing loose to get this bumper off. It's loose down here. Loose right around in here. Try not to break anything. Nothing to grab. There we go. Ooh. To reach it right down in there. That's gonna be the best bet. Tough, but you can see one of the bolts there and the other one right there. Take them off. All right, got that one up. Again, the new one just goes into place, plugs it right in, and then we're gonna have to find the proper power source for the driving light. Call me crazy, but there is not enough room for me to mess around with the wires down in here to find a good supply. So what I just did is ran that red driving light wire all the way over here, and I'm actually going to just do a quick tap into the emblem. Since we have power, sharing power with the emblem down on the other side, we're just going to share the power here as well. I put this little whatever you want to call this bugger here to prevent that the hyper flash while the windows are going down, just to make sure it works. Again, it's not something I really care about, and I hope this works. This is just getting kind of janky now, but oh well, we'll tap it and we'll see if it works. That's done. Now we're just going to make sure that it works. Now let's see if it's got a hyper flash while the windows are rolling down. Perfecto. All right, last final check. Gonna see if it works. Sick. Thank you guys very much for watching that video. It's a relatively simple installation. You do have to you can go ahead and take the whole bumper off, or just do like I did, take the passenger side fender liner off, and then just loosen the driver's side front bumper and reach down in there, and you can access the wires and get to the bolts to remove the turn signal. So not too bad of a job. A little bit of a hassle here and there, but no big deal. You guys can handle it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to help you out the best you can. Again, thank you very much to JR Lights. I appreciate you setting me up with these sequential turn signals. I hope the video is helpful for everyone. Share it, subscribe, like. Go check out JR Lights. It's JR_Lights on Instagram. He'll set you up. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.